Hi, very good morning. This is a Bombay High Court judgment. Citation is Corona Limited versus Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax. Issue before the Bombay High Court was whether incorrect claim in law would amount to furnishing of inaccurate particulars to invoke penalty provision under Section 271 1C of the Income Tax Act. Facts, I don't want to get into the entire facts. Simply put, assessee claimed a deduction of ad hoc bonus in an accounting year in which the ad hoc bonus was not paid to the employees. For some reason, they did not pay the bonus to the employees in that accounting year. Revenue relied on Section 43B, which allows certain deductions only on actual payments. So only when you make an actual payment, you can claim deduction. So in this accounting year, you have not made the actual payment. Hence, the claim of deduction towards that amount was wrong. Based on this section, AO disallowed the deduction and added the same in the computation of income. According to AO, the assessee has furnished inaccurate particulars of income by claiming an item of expenditure which was not permissible as deduction. Hence, AO passed the order adding the ad hoc bonus amount and imposed a penalty under Section 271 1C of IT Act. So he was of the opinion that the claim was not bona fide. Assessee filed an appeal before the Commissioner of Appeals. Commissioner of Appeals allowed the appeal of the assessee. Then department challenged it before the tribunal. Tribunal reversed the order of the Commissioner of Appeals. The order of the tribunal was challenged by the assessee before the High Court. Bombay High Court held that the sine qua non for invoking penalty under Section 271 1C is that first condition is either he concealed the particulars of his income or furnished inaccurate particulars of income. Either one of these must be there to invoke Section 271 1C. Bombay High Court relied on the judgment of Supreme Court in Reliance Petro Products Private Limited case. In that case, Supreme Court negatived the contention of the revenue that an incorrect claim in law would amount to giving inaccurate particulars of income. I repeat, the Supreme Court in that case negatived the contention of the revenue that an incorrect claim in law would amount to giving inaccurate particulars of income. Supreme Court held that by any stretch of imagination, making an incorrect claim in law would tantamount to furnishing inaccurate particulars. Supreme Court said element of mens rea is essential to invoke penalty under Section 271 1C. Bombay High Court said that there is nothing on record to indicate that the assessee made a wrongful claim of having actually paid any amount towards additional bonus to the employees in the relevant accounting year. On the contrary, the claim of the assessee for deduction towards additional bonus was premised on the statement that it was a future liability crystallized in the relevant assessment year, in the relevant accounting year. That the case does not involve making of any false statement by the assessee. What is ultimately found to be correct was entitlement of the assessee. What is ultimately found to be incorrect was entitlement of the assessee to claim the deductions in respect of the amount which are yet to be actually paid. Bombay High Court held that the claim for additional bonus is disallowed on the ground that the amount was actually paid in the subsequent accounting year. It was of the view that the case does not involve making of any false statement by the assessee or furnishing of inaccurate particulars. The court said the ratio of the Supreme Court judgment in Reliance Petro Products Private Limited would squarely apply to the present case. So the other cases relied by the department, factually it was distinguished by the High Court, and hence the appeal of the assessee was allowed by the High Court. So the comment is only one small comment. The appeal was filed in 2003, ITA number 512 of 2003. That means it took nearly 22 years to see the light of the day. Not sure how many such appeals like this are pending in several high courts. So that is one point. Second point is, hope the department is not filing an appeal before the Supreme Court on the ground that it involves question of law. That is the second point. So thank you very much. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye.